Welcome back to the 2025 Noblesville State of the City Address. Can't wait to see what they have lined up for us this year.
For sure, this is my favorite time of year. Let's check in over at the live pregame press conference to hear from team captain Mayor Chris Jensen.
Go ahead.
How does it feel to be at the arena at Innovation Mile, and why is it important to Noblesville?
You know, this arena is a first-class facility. It's an anchor facility here in Innovation Mile. It feels great to be here. We're excited about what it can help drive for the future of this great community, really what is America's hometown. Yes.
You're currently 0-7 against Julie Jensen and Horse. Any chance of a comeback?
Have you seen that flamethrower? No chance.
I've got a hand up over here.
Yep.
What was your game plan coming into 2025?
You know, we were ready for incredible growth in Noblesville. We're excited about what the future holds. We know that we can't slow down. Noblesville is a desired community. We have to, as I like to say to our team, we have to walk and chew gum at the same time, guys. We got to get the job done. We got to continue to grow in a smart, efficient way going forward to provide all options for the future of our community while honoring our city's past. Yes, go ahead.
We have a source that says your Noble coffee order is $30 for a single drink because of your 15 add-ons. Care to comment?
Can you put a price tag on perfection? Yes, go ahead.
Leading a city is a lot of pressure. How do you handle it all by yourself?
Well, first of all, I can't do anything without the amazing team around us. I may cast a vision for the team, but the players are the ones out there executing. And we have a strong team in place that is going to continue to carry us into the future and get the job done.
The lineup that Noblesville's put together this year are some of the most dedicated and persevering teammates we've seen.
Speaking of that team, let's take a look at that impressive roster.
Matt White, Deputy Mayor. I'm the Chief Dot Connector, and my job is to keep this train on the track.
Sarah Reed, Community Development Director. I keep everyone in communication and ensure that our projects stay true to vision and meet our high standards.
Allie Krupski, City Engineer. Installation of public works and infrastructure is my specialty. We get you where you need to go.
Andrew Murray, Economic Development Director. I focus on the city's business retention, expansion, and attraction strategy. We make the city look good.
Matt Mitchell, Fire Chief.
Holly Ramone, Human Resources Director.
Jeff Spalding, CFO and Controller.
Caleb Gutschall, Planning Director.
Savannah Wines, Parks Director.
Brad Arnold, Assistant Chief of Police.
Patrick Arrington, IT Director.
Patty Johnson, Street Commissioner.
John Hughes, City Attorney.
Lexi Rock, Communications Director.
David Dale, Facilities Manager.
Jonathan Mergot, Utilities Director.
Chris Jensen, Mayor. At the City of Noblesville, we dream big, lead boldly, and are always chasing the lion. You want to go fast? Go alone. You want to go far? Go together.
Wow, what an incredible lineup. I think we can expect to see some great things this year from the entire Noblesville team.
How about we head back down to the press room for a few final thoughts from Jensen before the big event?
Yes, go ahead.
Is it true that you sleep in your sweater vest?
Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, go ahead.
Seems like a lot is changing around Noblesville. What about the long-term fans and preserving what drew them here in the first place?
Well, count me as long-term fan number one. I've lived here my entire life, all 41 years of it now, and I love our city's history. At the same time, change is inevitable. We're building a city that my kids will want to call home for generations to come. And they're going to call it home not because of the opportunities that we've brought to Noblesville, but because of the history that we have preserved in this community. We have the right team in place. We have the players that are ready to execute the game plan that we have laid out. And so we're... Oh, hey, sorry everybody, but I got to go hit the court. See you out there.
Please join me in welcoming Pacer Sports and Entertainment CEO, Mel Raines.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't think I've ever spoken on a Friday afternoon State of the City with cocktails, so I think this is probably, hopefully, a pretty receptive crowd. And I am dressed in a vest in honor of Mayor Jensen. So I think he's going to be out here dressed as Vanilla Ice, which I think is the first concert here. So I look forward to seeing if he's on theme as well. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you today in this brand new arena in one of the fastest growing cities in Indiana. I know it's the 9th largest city in Indiana today, but I don't think you're going to be 9th for long at the rate you're going, and we're really proud to be partners with you. At Pacer Sports Entertainment, we believe in the power of sports to bring people together. I think you've seen that recently with our run to the NBA Finals, certainly with the Indiana Fever the last couple seasons. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you. It's been really fun to see our city and our state come together behind our community, people from every walk of life. We're so excited about the Boom, our G League team, and calling the city of Noblesville home for the rest of the time that we have the team. It's more than just a tribute to the iconic Boom Baby that Bobby Slick Leonard made famous many years ago. It's also a nod to the rich history of the city of Noblesville, the incredible growth we're seeing today in population, opportunity, and innovation. This will be a hub for world-class basketball. Truly, the best basketball players in the world will be playing basketball here, and will serve as an entertainment and a magnet for residents and visitors alike. We're really thankful for the partnership, for the vision that the mayor and his staff and the city council had when we came to them to talk about partnering several years ago, and the business community. It's a great example of what's possible when vision and community come together in public-private partnership. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Chris for several years. I think about 15 years ago we first met. I don't think either of us would have imagined today that I would be the CEO of Pacer Sports and Entertainment introducing the mayor of Noblesville. But I continue to be impressed not only by what Chris has accomplished with this arena, but what he's done in so many other areas. The accelerating the reimagined Pleasant Street project, attracting record-setting private investment, or focusing on regional development, public safety, and mental health. It's just been extraordinary. None of this would be possible without the leadership, commitment, and passion of someone who's championed the city's growth at every turn. So with that, I will let you get to the main act. Please join me in welcoming Chris Jensen.
VIP. Let's kick it. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with the
Thank you, Mel. I'm sure you're all expecting me to break out in some dance with that intro, but it's not going to happen. Sorry. And I'm not going to dress like Vanilla Ice because I don't think he appreciates the vest. So personally, I'm dressed in what I feel most comfortable in. My core is warm, my arms are free. And it's great to be with all of you today. Thank you, Mel Raines. She was pretty humble in her remarks about her leadership, but she is an incredible asset to this city, this state. Like I said, I've known her for several years, and to think that she's only been atop of that organization for about a year, but in that year's time, she saw a massive run to the NBA Finals. She launched Caitlin Clark into Central Indiana to elevate not only Pacers, the Fever, but also women's basketball to their rightful place of competition in this country. And the cherry on top is the Noblesville Boom, and we're excited about that, so thank you, Mel. I've talked for years about lion chasing, and Mel Raines is a true lion chaser in all the sense of the words. But at the same time, she cannot do it alone. And as you saw in that intro video today is going to be a lot about teamwork. It's a phrase and a concept we talk a lot about at our house. Julie Jensen's nodding because we are usually yelling at our children about teamwork makes the dream work. Usually it's because they're fighting with us or others, but we cannot do it without grateful teams. I can't do it without my partner, Julie Jensen, by the way, so thank you for being here. She was so excited to be able to wear her Giannis sneakers to a formal event as First Lady, so she looks great. My mom's here as well, my brother. Thank you for being here. We have so many great teams around us that I want to thank, and again, Mel talked about her team at Pacer Sports Entertainment. I need to take a minute to thank a true visionary leader for our state, Herb Simon, Steven Simon, and their entire Simon family. What they have done for Central Indiana is exceptional. Thank you, Simon family.
Rick Fusen, who is an absolute leader in our Central Indiana area, sat atop Pacer Sports and Entertainment for a long time. He's the one that approached us with this idea to bring the boom to Noblesville. So Rick Fusen, Stephen Rails, and their investment in Central Indiana, thank you for trusting us with your asset, with your name, and with your team going forward. So thank you. I want to thank Bob Dubois and the Noblesville Chamber for all the work that they put into today. Have you enjoyed the afternoon with the cocktails and the food and this beautiful arena? Thank you to their team. Mork Productions put together that awesome video, which I'm going to talk a little bit about today. And then Lexi Rock, Reese Bowen, Jamie Thompson. I couldn't do it without you putting together the final touches on today's event. Within the mayor's office, Matt Light and Sarah Reed and John Hughes make the world go round every single day. So thank you to your all's leadership as well. Today we're going to talk about teamwork. I want to spend a little time going over 4 quarters of action in the city of Noblesville. I want to talk about how we're enhancing our community, how we're preserving our city's history. We're going to talk a little bit about vulnerabilities and the challenges that we all face in this industry. And then I want to spend a few minutes talking about what is on the horizon. So let's get started. Here in the first quarter, I want to talk about what we're doing to enhance our great city. And I'm going to talk first and foremost about this facility and the Noblesville boom. Mel talked a little bit about it, but this is a partnership with Pacer Sports and Entertainment. They approached us several years ago about bringing NBA quality basketball right here to Noblesville. You may or may not know, she referenced it earlier, but 54% of NBA athletes once played in the G League. A little name named Pascal Siakam, for example, played in the G League and have gone on to greatness in the NBA. So we're excited to have this quality basketball right here in Noblesville. When they approached us about how to name the team, I said, you are the experts in that. You go right ahead and talk with the community. They spent months talking to dozens of individuals to learn about Noblesville, know what Noblesville stands for, know what Hamilton County stands for. They came up with a name that not only instantly connects us to the parent company with the Indiana Pacers, Slick Leonard and Boom Baby, and Boomer, for example. But yes, we are a booming community, one of the fastest growing in the state of Indiana. I know Scott Willis is piercing me over here, the mayor of Westfield, because he loves that title. But we are also one of the fastest growing in the state of Indiana. We also happen to be founded 201 years ago on a natural gas boom. So there's a natural tie to our city's great and rich history. We are so excited to kick off the Noblesville boom in October and November as they play basketball right here in Noblesville, Indiana. Let's step out and talk a little bit about this arena. Hopefully when you walked in today, you saw a beautiful main concourse, a vestibule, which I'm really sure it's not even called that, but I love saying that it is because I love wearing vests. The beautiful natural light that you see here, the terrazzo flooring. I thought that was a dessert for the longest time, but that's the flooring that's out there. It was in my note card. Walnut wood, all attention to detail in this beautiful 123,000 square foot facility. I've got to thank F.A. Wilhelm, Patch Development, Rev Entertainment, Populous, and then our city team, Ratio, Sarah Reed, Jamie Thompson. The attention to detail in this space is exceptional. As I said, it was a 1,000 square foot facility, costing $93 million. We also put $24 million of infrastructure into the ground as well to support this area, all paid for with existing TIF revenues within the city of Noblesville. Anytime we make an investment of that size, we're often asking ourselves, and you all are often asking us, why? Why make that investment in the city of Noblesville? And we ask ourselves that. So we did the research. We took time to study. And we quickly realized due to economic impact studies that this arena is a catalyst for Innovation Mile. This arena will help generate $2 billion in net new spending in the next 30 years and $900 million in net new earnings. I would say that's a pretty confident ROI that we're seeing by this arena alone. People have asked, why place it along the eastern edge of Noblesville? Well, right behind me, out that window, is I-69. And on I-69, you'll see 75,000 individuals traveling up and down this great highway through the state of Indiana every single day. That's why that made sense to have it here. Now, during a typical boom game for basketball, you'll see 3,500 fans in and around this bowl. But for a concert, say Vanilla Ice coming up this fall, you can see up to 4,500 fans for concerts, for a comedian, for other entertainment purposes as well. The great thing about this space is that it is accessible to all. all the attention to detail. We worked with our folks at Culture City to make sure that we had a sensory room available for anyone who needed to take a break during any of the events we have here. We have mothers' rooms all around this arena as well. And then we worked with our Noblesville Council on Disabilities to make sure that we had adult changing tables available. We want folks to feel comfortable, have a good time, and know that they can be included here at the arena at Innovation Mile. I referenced it earlier, so not only is Vanilla Ice and my good friends Color Me Bad coming up on September 26th, but on August 23rd, we will have a free event here. It is a Pink Floyd cover band. Not only is it free concert tickets, but free parking as well. So we're excited to welcome them here. And again, if you want to learn more, there are many more announcements coming right here at the Noblesville Arena at Innovation Mile coming soon. So we're looking forward to that. I've referenced Innovation Mile a lot already today, and I've also referenced Innovation Mile quite a bit in State of the Cities in the past. 4 years ago, we launched this initiative to master plan 600 acres of land on our city's east side adjacent to I-69. I have to say thank you to our city's economic development director, the guy who was pushing up his biceps in the video, Andrew Murray. You know, you all saw that. That's all right, we did that for senior pictures back in the day, Andrew, as well, it's fine. But this was really his brainchild out here. And this is an area not only for business of the future, innovation of the future, entertainment of the future, and quality of life of the future. We've already seen a $40 million investment by Dr. Michael Meneghini and his team at the Indiana Orthopedic Institute. They were one of the first to take a risk alongside us to help develop this area here. And as we age forward and individuals need joint and knee replacements, they'll be happening right here in Innovation Mile. And the research for them is happening right now. There are more announcements coming soon here in Innovation Mile. In particular, here in a few weeks, we'll tell you who's going to be taking the place in the Borg-Warner building. Borg-Warner is going through a national restructuring, and we announced several months ago that they're relocating their facilities back to Kokomo, Indiana. But not to fear. In a couple of weeks, you'll hear of another Fortune 500 company that's making a big investment right here in the city of Noblesville. As I mentioned, this just isn't a place for the business of the future and the entertainment of the future, but residential opportunities of the future as well. Just north of us, we're getting ready to break ground shortly on Gatewood Lakes, an area of our city that aptly honors a great family, the Gatewood family, who I believe are here today for their long-standing time spent in the city of Noblesville. This is a partnership with our friends at Hinkey Development Group. Steve, Brad, and Betsy Hinkey, I believe, are here today, and not only are great community partners, but great friends. In fact, I knew the Hinkey Group well before they were the Hinkey Group. 15 years ago, Julie Jensen was looking for her first career opportunity as an elementary school teacher. And she offered a job in Carmel, Indiana, as a third grade teacher. And in fact, because of that job opportunity was available to her because Kathy Hinkey was retiring after generations of teaching third graders. So we in fact have known the Hinkey family for a long time, and Julie and I are really proud of our friendship with them, and we're excited to see them invest in Noblesville. It's an 1,100-acre investment. It's a golf cart community, and it will feature custom homes all throughout the eastern edge of Noblesville. In fact, it has 2.5 miles of shoreline along the community's lake district. Now, if you see it today, you'll be perplexed that there will be a lake district. But I've been promised, and I've seen renderings, there's going to be a beautiful lake district in that community. There's 140 acres of green space and over 20 miles of scenic trails, including a mini marina on site there at that development. The community build-out will take about 7 to 10 years, and we're looking forward to breaking ground with them later this fall. So welcome to Noblesville Gatewood Lakes. I want to talk a little bit about economic development in our community, but I want to pause for just a second. Earlier this year, state leaders under a new administration challenged us local leaders to prove it. They said, prove it that you guys are developing communities that will withstand and help benefit the future of the state of Indiana. And all of us took that charge incredibly seriously. So I did some data research and saw that Noblesville in the past 6 years has seen a flat tax rate, a balanced budget, $4 billion with a B dollars of private investment in this city alone. And in fact, in 2025, we've seen already over $1.5 billion of private investment. Now, if you know me, you know I don't believe government creates jobs. I thoroughly believe that the private sector creates jobs. Government comes alongside to help make that easier. And because of our investment, we've seen the private sector create nearly 3,000 jobs in Noblesville alone, helping to support central Indiana. And we've seen nearly 15,000 new residents come and call Noblesville home. I believe I can solidly look at state leadership and say I think we're proving it every single day in the city of Noblesville, and we're really proud of that. Some of that new investment includes our friends at Evolve Transporters. Brad Kosau, I think, is here today. Brad, thank you for your investment. Evolve Transporters is a leader in the design and manufacturing of custom transportation solutions for the motorsports industry, which I thoroughly love as a big motorsports fan. They will invest nearly $40 million to relocate their headquarters from Paynesville, Ohio to Noblesville, Indiana, and call Washington Business Park home. They're currently under construction just south of our friends at IDI. If you travel along the 37 corridor, that's what's being constructed there. This move is expected to create over 200 new jobs for our local economy with competitive wages. And it also lays a marker down to continue our state's commitment to the motorsports industry around the United States. Welcome to Noblesville Evolve Transporters. Comaser is a brand new Italian company that is now calling Noblesville home. Sarah Reed, one of our deputy mayors, and I got to join them for the ribbon cutting several weeks ago. They are a key supplier to some major companies here in central Indiana. Companies I'm sure you've heard of: Eli Lilly, Roche Diagnostics. We're so excited to have them right here in Noblesville, and they're exactly the story we should be telling as we continue to support key industries in the central Indiana market. The Comaser Competence Center will significantly enhance Comaser's North American capabilities and will drive growth and expansion in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. Comaser's investment in our community means more high-skill jobs, innovation, and in growth right here in Indiana and in America, and we're excited to have Comaser here with us today. Hopefully you enjoyed some beautiful furniture all around the Arena Innovation Mile today. That's brought to you by a household name that I've known for a long time. That's Kittles. I've known Jim Kittle for decades, and I'm glad to get to know the next generation of Kittles leadership with Kinsey and Sawyer as well. We broke ground with them on a very steamy July day a few weeks ago as they build their new custom showroom right here on the east side of Noblesville. If you are a native of central Indiana, Kittles has been in business in the family for over 90 years, and we are so excited to see them envision their future right here. Not only are they building a new design center and a showroom, they also have leased space in the campus center as well for distribution, doubling down on their efforts in central Indiana and in Noblesville. One of the biggest focuses we have is not only creating new jobs for our community, but continuing to support the existing businesses who call Noblesville home. I want to thank Garrett Sports Performance. They recently, Marcus Johnson and his team are phenomenal. They're a leading manufacturer in institutional grade sports equipment. They're relocating their headquarters from the Harriman Boulevard corridor, just to the west of State Road 37, to Deer Creek Business Park, just up the road. Our ability to work with them to keep them here in Noblesville will retain 125 jobs here in our community and create 175 new jobs with competitive wages. We're looking forward to breaking ground with them and having them open a year from now here in our community. As we look at new jobs, you instantly start thinking about the talent that we need in central Indiana to continue to feed the workforce here. Several years ago, we partnered with our friends at the IEDC. Tony Denhart is here today to help partner on a program called Make My Move. I've said for a long time, our state's biggest existential threat is population growth. If we want to have the jobs of the future, we have to have the workforce of the future, and we have to continue to grow our state's population. And we are all dependent on that. Make My Move is an organization that helps attract remote workers to communities across America. And because of our partnership with them, we were recently named 2024's America's Most Welcoming Community, which I've known that for decades, but it's great to be acknowledged for that. So we're excited to continue that partnership. We know that we need to continue to invest in population growth and retention. That program has seen 250 new residents move to Noblesville. Again, we ask ourselves, why make an investment like that? Well, those 250 new residents are creating an economic impact of nearly $40 million over the next 5 years to our city alone. So again, we're going to continue to invest in programs that have strong ROI for our businesses and our residents, past, present, and future. And in fact, Make My Move has seen a 90% retention rate on those that moved to Noblesville. I don't know what happened to the other 10%, but I'm sure they had a good reason to leave. I can't imagine it, but that's all right. The average wage of those individuals is over $80,000. These are jobs they're bringing with them to our central Indiana region. We've seen a big top industries such as technology, finance, and professional services. Oh, and by the way, when they come to Noblesville, they purchase homes in our community with an average purchase price of $500,000 right here in our community to continue to support us. Make My Move has got the attention of a lot of us in the local Indianapolis area. And so we've partnered actually as the Central Indiana Regional Development Authority, CIRDA, which I'll talk about here in a few minutes, with Make My Move. It allows each community to customize their program to help tell their city story and help attract new growth here in Central Indiana. Speaking about new growth in Central Indiana, I am joined by 4 people today that I don't only consider good friends, but I consider mentors. I consider them incredible leaders. So I'm going to ask them to stand, even though they don't want to. But I would like Mayor Sue Finkham of Carmel, Mayor Scott Fadness of Fishers, Mayor Scott Willis of Westfield, and Mayor John Stair to please stand. They all hate that I just made them do that, but they're incredible leaders, incredible friends, and together we have all dove in to create the Central Indiana Regional Development Authority, chaired by Mayor Fadness. I get to serve as vice chair of that. Our goal every single day is to realize that, yes, we love to compete with one another. As a young Noblesville Miller kicking a Greyhound butt, I just live for that. But I know at the end of the day, a victory for Sue, Scott, John, or myself is a victory for all of us. We know that we are not competing with each other. We're actually competing with Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're competing with Denver, Colorado, with Nashville, Tennessee, with Columbus, Ohio, and we all know that. Our regional strength needs to be told. We've got to continue to tell our story. Here in Central Indiana alone, we are home to over 2 million Hoosiers. We see a $146 billion GDP just in Central Indiana alone. So we know that we are going to go further together than we are apart. And we are constantly talking, we are constantly identifying key sectors to attract, key workforce to attract. And we're going to continue to move not only our cities forward, not only our county forward, but our region forward. So thanks guys for being here today to support this effort. Let's head into the second quarter, and I want to talk a little bit about preservation. Noblesville is a ripe, young, 201 years old. Our history is what makes us unique. I love everything about this community, and as we continue to grow, I hope you'll see that we honor that history and many of the efforts that we take. I can't have a State of the City speech without talking about Pleasant Street. If you live in Noblesville and you haven't heard about Pleasant Street, welcome back. We've only been hounding you about it for about 5 years. This project has been talked about since before my birth, 41 years ago. We've been talking about east-to-west connectivity, and ladies and gentlemen, it's far time that we stop talking about it and do something about it. So later this fall, we'll cut the ribbon on a $125 million east-to-west corridor. I want to thank our friends at Hamilton County, as well as our friends at the Indianapolis MPO who brought dollars to the table to allow this to move forward. I also have to thank Allie Krupski and Andrew Rodewald, who have lost many nights' sleep over this project. But you will enjoy it. It'll be a game changer for our community. Oh, by the way, it's on time and it's under budget. That's a key theme here today. Thank you very much. This isn't just a roadway, though. What you'll see is 3.5 miles of new trail network along that road. It is a corridor not just to move cars, but to move people, whether you're in a car, on a foot, or on a bike. There are over 1,400 new trees planted along this corridor. And oh, by the way, there are 600 new peonies that will be blooming next May along the corridor as well. There's 6 new roundabouts and also incredible artwork. If you've been down on the Nickel Plate Trail or the Riverwalk Trail, the artwork is incredible. We're continuing to move people and make big investments in infrastructure in our community. Our downtown is our bread and butter, so we're looking forward in 2026 to launching a new initiative called Embrace Downtown. Our downtown has 100% occupancy, by the way, on our downtown square. Most of them are small businesses, which are the bread and butter of our community. In 2025, we've already seen over 1 million unique visitors visiting our downtown square, up 15% from 3 years ago. More than 30 years have passed since we made a major infrastructure upgrade in downtown Noblesville. And I would say downtown Noblesville has changed. Our community has changed a little bit in 30 years. So the Embrace Downtown project with partners like Crossroad Engineer, Ratio Architects, and American Structure Point will be the beginning of a new phase of a long-discussed project to address critical infrastructure and support the vibrant downtown economy. The goal of this project is to enhance the safety and walkability, nurture a vibrant local economy, and invest in public infrastructure for a connected, inclusive community. This project will also replace an aging underground infrastructure. I say we have this beautiful historic downtown. Underneath that historic downtown is historic infrastructure. And if you go downtown sometimes, you get some historic smells. We're going to address that as well. I hear you. This is going to be a tough project, but I'm committed and our team is committed to having strong lines of communication, not just with individuals who travel through downtown every day, individuals who work in downtown every day, but business owners who invest in downtown every day. This is going to get bumpy, but together we can do it. We can do hard things. We'll break ground on this first phase in spring of 2026. It will be completed in 2026 by the holiday shopping season. Phase 1 will. If you want to learn more, embracedowntownnoblesville.com is where you want to go. Speaking of downtown, I hope some of you were one of the 30,000 people who visited our downtown this May for the Indiana Peony Festival. 30,000 people. A project that was brought to me several years ago with big dreams has turned into a big boom, get it, in our downtown. The Indiana Peony Festival not only sees 30,000 people visit our community, but out of the 30,000, 9,000 of them have traveled more than 30 miles to come to downtown Noblesville, which is an incredible opportunity. Again, I ask, why support the Indiana Peony Festival? Let me tell you why. That one-day event brings $3.8 million in direct economic impact and $5.7 million in total impact for our local economy, and most importantly, for our small business owners, which are the heartbeat of downtown. We're committed going forward not only to make that a one-day festival, but to make that a permanent home in Noblesville. So stay tuned as we continue to advance the new Indiana Peony Festival headquarters in our great community. I can't talk about preserving our downtown without talking and bragging for a minute about our public safety team. Chief Matt Mitchell of the Noblesville Fire Department, Chief John Mann of the Noblesville Police Department are the best of the best. They represent an entire force that are committed to keeping 77,000 people safe every single day. And in fact, their efforts, particularly in the police department under John Mann's leadership, recently led us to be named the 12th safest suburb by Smart Assets. And that's thanks to the police and fire leadership that we have in this community. Several weeks ago, yes, give them a round of applause. Several weeks ago, Police Chief John Mann came to me to announce his retirement. He is retiring to move out west, completely retiring from law enforcement to be a grandpa, and I can't blame him for that. John Mann undertook a massive culture change 5.5 years ago in the city of Noblesville. He's done it with integrity, he's done it with strength, and our city is better off because John Mann was our police chief. Where are you, John Mann? Please stand up and be recognized. He also lives 5 houses down, so Brad Arnold, our new police chief, is going to have to move to my neighborhood. It's great to have the police chief just down the street. In all seriousness, because of John Mann's leadership, we've seen great growth within the police department. And it's because of that this year, just a few weeks ago, one of our school resource officers, you know him by his mustache, you love him because of his wife, but Jason Schonkweiler was recently named the 2025 Indiana School Resource Officer of the Year for the state of Indiana. Jason, stand up. Jason Schonkweiler represents all that's good about that program. We are so fortunate to have the partnership that we have with Noblesville Schools and Dr. Dan Heil and his entire school board and administration. Not only are we keeping 77,000 people safe every day, but we are doubling down and have a school resource officer in every one of our buildings, making sure our kids are safe every single day. So thank you for all schools to partner with us on that. And thank you for the school resource officer program that we have. Now let's move into the third quarter. I want to talk about, as I promised in the outset, some challenges that we have. If you know me, I'm pretty transparent, I'm pretty honest. I usually call it like I see it. And I want to spend a few moments being honest about some of the challenges that we face as local leaders in the state of Indiana. It's no surprise, 8 months ago, we saw new leadership come in Washington, D.C. We saw new leadership come here at 200 West Washington Street in the governor's office as well. And I want to address some of those challenges that we are all tackling together. On the federal level, Donald Trump came in and started instantly talking about DOGE. You know what? I love it. When I heard DOGE and my fellow mayors heard DOGE, you know what we said? Welcome to the party. Us local officials have been DOGing every day. It's not just a Potomac talking point for us, it's reality. Every day we get up and think about the taxpayers we serve. We go to church with them, we go to the store with them, our kids play baseball with them. We're constantly looking about how are we investing your taxpayers wisely. So I say, DOGE, baby, DOGE. All right, whatever you want to call it, let's do it. I think about our street department, Patty Johnson, our street commissioner. We keep adding miles and miles of roadway. And yet still, at the chagrin of the Jensen kids, we still get all those streets plowed in time for school the next day. We get potholes filled every single season. And she's done it with the same staff or minimal increases over the past 5.5 years. DOGE, baby, DOGE. I think about our utility department, Jonathan Murgo. His sideburns are incredible, but also his spirit and his leadership is amazing. We keep adding miles and miles of pipe underground because you got to flush a toilet and it's got to go somewhere. Jonathan Murgo has been able to do that with creative, environmentally sound new ways, looking at new trends about how we continue to grow with the same staff he has going forward. DOGE, baby, DOGE. I love it. The planning department, Caleb Gutshaw, hasn't batted an eye in the past 5.5 years as we've annexed 2,000 new acres into our community. They've processed 13,000 new residential and commercial permits with the same staff they had in place 5.5 years ago. DOGE, baby, DOGE. I love it. Public safety. John Mann, Matt Mitchell, get up every day and think how to efficiently keep us all safe. Train our officers, train our first responders to make sure that we are safe. And they're doing it with lean staff, but committed staff, trained staff, and the staff of the future to keep us safe. So again, to our federal friends, welcome. We welcome you to the DOGE conversation. Glad you're here. Let's talk a little bit about locally here in the state of Indiana. We've had new leadership at the State House, and there's been a robust conversation. You may have heard of it as Senate Bill 1 or Senate Enrolled Act 1. It was discussing property taxes in our community. Let's be honest about that conversation. The legislature passed a well-intentioned bill that will actually have a pretty big impact on Noblesville. Noblesville will not receive about $7 million we were anticipating to receive over the next 4 years annually, for a $28 million hit into our long-term capital improvement plan. But because of good stewardship, because of the fiscal health of our community, we'll get through it. We're a growing community, and we're going to continue to grow. We currently now have a 10-year capital improvement plan with nearly $900 million of unfunded projects on that, about 241 of them. So we'll make adjustments to those plans. Roundabouts that we may have scheduled in 2027 may have to get to push to 2028 or 2029, but we will get through it. We are mindful of the impacts. We continue to make hard decisions about how we move forward, and we're going to continue to do that with the taxpayer in mind. Speaking of taxpayer, we're currently going through our city budget process. The other mayors are nodding, they're going through it as well. The city spends time every year gathering data and monitors to make sure that we are making strategic decisions based on data and facts. The city manages its budget much like you all manage your household budget or your business budget. We live within our means, we prioritize our needs, and we focus on our return on investment. I want to thank Jeff Spalding and his entire team for continuing to look out at what has been somewhat of a moving target over the last several months. We in the city of Noblesville, in full transparency, maintain a 15% reserve in our general fund and rainy day fund to be available for unanticipated expenses or for situations where revenues may come in lower than projected. But on the other hand, and on the other side of that, I believe we should not be a hoarder of your cash, of taxpayer dollars. So we're going to continue to make hard decisions and invest in future infrastructure and in future opportunities that will grow our local economy. I'm proud of the fact that the city of Noblesville still maintains a AA+ credit rating here because of our fiscal stewardship. Through careful planning, good engineering, and project partnerships, we're financing nearly $100 million currently in critical road connectivity projects without a single impact to your overall tax rate. We can't do all that, though, without incredible fiscal partners. I serve alongside every day 9 individuals who are passionate in their love of this community, and that's our city council. Would Megan Wiles, Aaron Smith, Dave Johnson, Todd Thurston, Mark Boyce, and Evan Elliott please stand? Please give them a round of applause. We have an incredible partnership. They ask tough questions. I ask tough questions of them. We sometimes call each other names, but usually it's behind a closed door, and you can't read about it in the paper. But we love each other, somewhat. And we love Noblesville, just kidding. We work together in strong competitive ways to make Noblesville move forward. And alongside City Clerk Evelyn Lees and Judge Matt Cook, we're trying to make Noblesville a better place every single day we wake up and go to work. So thank you for your leadership, City Council, Judge, and Clerk. The final quarter, I want to talk about what's on the horizon in our incredible community. I told you last year we're getting ready to embark on a new police station. If you've been to our police station in downtown, it's a beautiful building. It's a historic building that was renovated in 1992 when Noblesville looked a little different than it is today. Later this year, we'll break ground on a new police station, a place where our public safety officials can work, train, and learn, and think about ways to keep us safe into the future. As I said, that building in 1992 doesn't quite fit today. Currently, we have 111 sworn officers, 14 civilian officers, 5 patrol canine units, and 2 of our city's 3 public safety therapy canines, Looney 80, are both housed there as well. They're deserving of a new opportunity and a place to learn and train and keep our city safe, and we're looking forward to opening that in Q4 of 2027. On the housing front, it's no secret that we are in the midst of a national housing shortage, and Noblesville is pushing forward to help carry our weight. In 2025 alone, year to date, we've seen over 616 new residential units of all types. So single family, mixed use, condominiums, townhomes, all coming online. In fact, since 2010, Noblesville has averaged 750 new housing units per year. Residential communities that will be coming online in the near future all around us include Finch Creek, which is just up the road, which is 1,900 new units. Morse Village, which is 650 new units, as well as I mentioned earlier, Gatewood Lakes, which is 2,500 new units coming online, adding to our city's population growth and economic vibrancy. I want to talk for a minute about what's on the horizon in our Parks Department. Savannah Wines and her team over there are managing over 1,000 acres of parkland every single day. We have 8 city parks, 130 miles of trails in our community. Park Link Pass is something we just opened recently and cut the ribbon on, which connects Federal Hill Commons to Forest Park. We have 2 golf courses, and they manage the Noblesville soccer fields as well. The concerts that hopefully you've seen either at Federal Hill Commons or at Dillon Park have nearly 50,000 visitors every single year into our parks. Speaking about infrastructure in the future, hopefully if you've driven through Scott Fadness's Fishers on State Road 37, it's a delightful experience. As you come north, you hit a little light there at Greenfield Avenue, and the day changes for you. We're looking forward to partnering with our friends at the Indiana Department of Transportation to continue that project to the north. This partnership to overhaul 4 intersections along the 2-mile stretch of State Road 37 at, as I mentioned, Greenfield Avenue, Town and Country Boulevard, Pleasant Street, and State Road 32-38. Did you know that nearly 30,000 to 35,000 individuals travel that stretch every single day? Some of you are shaking your head. You're well aware that 30,000 to 35,000 people travel it because you're one of them. I understand. This project is about moving people safely through our community, pedestrians and motorists, and we're excited about the future there. We're opening our community with this project not just to new vehicular traffic or better vehicular traffic, but for economic opportunities moving forward as well. In and around Innovation Mile, you're going to see major road upgrades at Bowdoin Road, Oleo Road, and 146th Street. I'm excited that we continue to partner with our friends up the road. As you well know, I brag on the fact that we have the #1 ranked outdoor amphitheater in the world based on ticket sales here at Ruoff, Verizon Clips Deer Creek Music Center, just up the road. Did you know that Deer Creek, Verizon Clips, Ruoff contributes nearly $56 million in overall economic impact to the city of Noblesville every single year? They have 48 shows, over 800,000 paying ticket holders go into that venue every single year. They create seasonal workforce of 2,000 temporary jobs over there at Ruoff as well. And oh, by the way, they put 45,000 heads and beds in rooms in our hotels every single day as well. Ruoff isn't going anywhere. In fact, they're looking forward, our friends at Live Nation, to doubling down on their investment and doing some revitalization over the off-season to make that customer experience even better into the future. In the past year, you've seen some incredible new businesses come online in Noblesville, and we look forward to opening more doors in 2025 and 2026. At Federal Hill Commons, in downtown, you've seen Bocado, Noricha, Bar Ellis, Thai Sushi, obsessed with that place. A&B Farmhouse, I know that it's here today, Hearts and Hems. And we look forward to welcoming King Jug shortly at the new Bolden's Dry Cleaners in downtown Noblesville as well. Thanks for being here today, too. We're looking forward to it. Over at Midland, aptly placed right next to the Jensen household, selfishly, is a great new set of businesses coming online, too. We're revitalizing the west side there at Hazeldale Corridor and State Road 32. You're seeing the Farmers Bank, Convivo Italian Artisan Cuisine, Prime 5 Hydration and Wellness, Nothing But Cakes. Oh, I love that place. Wingstop, Swig, which my 14-year-old says is risen. Anybody? Okay, that's the new thing. It's supposed to be cool. It's Riz. They're looking forward to it. And currently, we already have Wawa. Oh, obsessed. And Crew Car Wash. Get my car washed every day. Most relaxing 45 seconds of the entire day, going through a Crew Car Wash. An Indiana-based company, by the way, making the footprint over there on the west side of Noblesville. And ladies and gentlemen, the momentum is not stopping. But we need all of you on the court to continue it. We have so many more exciting announcements coming online in the fall, and we look forward to sharing them with you, including who will become new neighbors here at the Arena at Innovation Mile and occupy the Borg Warner space. We, again, can't have the momentum without the incredible partners and the incredible team that we have in place, and you are all a part of that team. As you leave here today, you may see to your right a street named Batterson Drive. It's named after an author who I love, named Mark Batterson. And a recent book that I'm reading, okay, I'm listening to it. I really don't like to read, right? Okay, I'm listening to it. The Circle Maker, and a quote in that book says, "If you don't take the risk, you forfeit the miracle." I think about that quote every single day as we continue to move forward. The city of Noblesville is going to continue with data as our guide and with public feedback as our sentiment to take the risk and continue to move forward. As I said in that opening video, if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And ladies and gentlemen, together we are moving Noblesville, Hamilton County, Central Indiana, and the state of Indiana forward. God bless you. Thanks for being here today. Go Boom and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here today on a beautiful day in Noblesville, Indiana. There's plenty of room on the west side of the plaza if you need to move over. I'd like to welcome now to the podium Mayor Chris Jensen.
Thank you, Aaron Head. Good afternoon by 1 minute, everyone. Mayors are not in charge of the weather, FYI. So I would have turned down the temperature a little bit for you, but welcome. It's so great to see so many friends and family and supporters here today for what is an absolutely monumental day for my hometown the 9th largest city in the state of Indiana, a place I'm incredibly passionate about. And we're excited to cut the ribbon on this incredible facility. We turned the air conditioning on high, so here in a few minutes your life is going to get much better. So bear with us for just a minute. You know, it's projects like this why I ran for mayor. Transformational opportunities for my hometown. This is why I get up every day, along with 500 people who work on behalf of the city of Noblesville to make this community a better place to live, work, play, and stay. I get up every day to make Noblesville a better place for our generation, but most importantly for my kids' generation. And I think about this incredible facility, something that quite frankly just a few years ago was somewhat of a figment of our imagination. And to stand here today to cut the ribbon and welcome you all in it is an incredible opportunity. This facility, as you will soon see, blends the past, the present, and the future of our great city. I think about landmarks around our community. I think about Deer Creek Music Center, which our friends at Ruoff would like me to remind you, Ruoff Music Center. Although you'll see some great nods to Deer Creek inside this building. I think about Morse Reservoir. I think about our historic downtown square. I think about Hamilton Town Center, our amazing schools. And I think about the memories that are made at each one of those and all the memories that have been made over the past 41 years of my life. And then I think about this facility. And I think about the opportunities and the memories that fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, community members will make right here at this great arena. And it makes me incredibly proud. This is more than an arena. This is a catalyst for opportunity in our city. It sits alongside a major interstate that sees 75,000 people passing by every day. And if you've driven by it at night in the last couple of weeks, you'll see what a beautiful inside it has with a wonderful window to see the great imagery that's coming out of this wonderful facility. We made a strategic pivot several years ago to relocate the arena at this site for that very reason, to help be a catalyst, a nearly $32 billion catalyst over the next 30 years here in our community. This arena sets the standard for all G League facilities across the nation, and I'm sure Mel Raines will talk a little bit about that. And ladies and gentlemen of Noblesville, we have set the bar incredibly high. And we've done it with incredible teammates who you'll hear from shortly. But before I pass the mic to one of the best teammates I've ever had, I want to thank the folks who've come alongside us, all the people who've put shovels in the ground, who've put time and time again working on penciling numbers, designing interiors, and you'll hear about them this afternoon. But also to our great city council who said yes, who believed in this incredible risk that was backed by data and said yes to get this done. So if you can give a round of applause for our city council, I'd appreciate it. But in order to get this done, we needed a main partner, and I can't ask for a better partner than Pacer Sports and Entertainment. And boy, it's a hell of a year to be great partners with Pacer Sports and Entertainment, isn't it? Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good, ladies and gentlemen. And that partner is led by an incredible coach, and that is my good friend, the CEO of Pacer Sports and Entertainment. Give a welcome to Mel Raines.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is an incredibly exciting day for the city of Noblesville, as well as our entire organization at Pacer Sports Entertainment. You're probably wondering why I am wearing a vest in 90-degree weather, and this is we have declared it Mayor Chris Jensen Day at PS&E, and so I have to show up in a vest today. It is impossible not to feel the energy and excitement around this new arena. This building represents, I think, the best in private-public partnership. It represents opportunity and pride as well in basketball in the state of Indiana. This is where the best basketball players in the world will soon be competing in November and will be inspiring fans and families, creating memories for years to come. We are incredibly grateful to the city of Noblesville, to Mayor Chris Jensen, to the city council, the mayor's staff, so many members of the construction team and the architects, and we did this in record time, and we could not have done it without all of you, and so we are incredibly grateful. I think it was just over 3 years ago that Rick Fuson, who is here somewhere and deserves quite a bit of the credit for us being here today, and Danny Lopez and Todd Taylor and I came to meet with Mayor Jensen and his team to talk about this potential idea we had. I think after we were done offending him in some way, we probably, we started talking really seriously about this, and not that long after, we were standing in the middle of a field here with a vision of what this could be. And so to be standing here today and seeing it's truly just incredible. And Chris was right. This is the best arena in the G League by far. It's not as big as some NBA arenas, but I can tell you I've been in almost all of them, and it's better than a lot of the arenas in the NBA as well. So you should be very proud of that. And I don't think you're going to be the 9th largest city in Indiana for long at the rate that you're going. So on behalf of our owners, Herb Simon, the entire Simon family, Stephen Rails, and Pacer Sports and Entertainment, I would like to say thank you. We can't wait to tip off a new chapter in our history, basketball history here in November with all of you. And now I have the pleasure of introducing my colleague, Chad Buchanan, who is the architect behind what was one of the most successful seasons in our franchise's history and taking Oklahoma City to the very last game in the NBA Finals. Chad Buchanan.
Man, what a beautiful day to be here for this beautiful arena. I don't think we can thank enough Mayor Jensen, his staff, his team, all the people who went in designing this building. The day-to-day work that goes into putting something like this together is just, I know what goes into that amount of work, so can't thank those people enough. I think a couple years ago, Rick Fusen and Mel and our team talked about, we were up in Fort Wayne with our G League team, and it was time to do something new. And we talked about moving here to Indianapolis, getting our team closer to us, from a basketball standpoint, but also to our fans in the Indianapolis area. And I don't think we ever envisioned that behind us. I don't think we could have ever dreamed of that type of building ever being a possibility here in our community. So I'm kind of nervous about bringing our Pacer players up here because they're going to walk in here and be like, we need to upgrade our field house at Gamebridge because there's some phenomenal things in that building that our players are going to really appreciate. And I'd second what Mel says. I've been into almost all the G League arenas. I've been to arenas all over the world scouting players, and this is top notch. I mean, there's nothing that this arena is missing. Players are going to feel it. Fans are going to feel it. You're right on top of the action. You're going to see some of the best players that are evolving into our league. Last year, like Mel said, we had kind of a good year. And NBA Finals, Pacers versus the Thunder, there's 30 players. There's 15 players on each team, 30 players. 18 of those players played in the G League at some point. So it gives you an idea of the quality of basketball that's going to be taking place in this building. And I hope the fans here really embrace it because you're going to see some of the next stars of our league. Over half of the NBA players in last year's NBA season played in the G League at some point. And for us, we're allowed to call up players from the G League. We've done 9 call-ups in the last 5 years, and 8 of them have been from our own team. So you're going to be seeing some future Pacer players here, as well as some of our current Pacer players as well. So, and you never know who you're going to see in this building come through every night. Some of our players are going to be playing, opponents' players are going to be playing. Pascal Siakam was the Eastern Conference MVP. He was an all-star. He played in the G League. There's tons and tons of examples of that. I just can't express how excited we are about this building, about the partnership with Noblesville, and hopefully our fans embrace what's going to take place in this building. There's lots of memories to come, and our team's excited. And I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Yes, this arena is about basketball, but this arena is about so much more. And we had to have incredible partners to get this done. And the next partner I want to bring up is Patch Development. But I think it's important that if you are a taxpayer of Noblesville, that you need to know that this project is being delivered on time and under budget. And that is possible in this day and age, ladies and gentlemen. It's possible because of great partners. So please help me welcome the CEO of Patch Development, the driver of this great area, Pat Chittenden.
Thank you all. I understand the sun's coming in, the shade's coming in fast, so I'll get this going so we don't sweat too bad. But I wanted to talk about partnerships like Mayor Jensen described. This would not be possible with certain individuals and certain groups, so I'm going to list some of those off. The city, of course, Patch Development, we acted as the bot developer, so we kind of acted as the middleman that brought all these teams together. Wilhelm, Ratio, Populous, CHA, and Structure Point, all integral parts of getting this project to the finish line. At the city, there's a few individuals that kind of went above and beyond. That was Jamie and Denise, Jim and Allie, Andrew Murray, Matt Light, Sarah Reed, and John Hughes. I'm sure I missed some, but those individuals went above and beyond in helping us get to this point today. This is a very nice facility, and it was a challenging timeline and budget. The term that came through this project, build the plane while flying. There's numerous meetings that we had that Rick Fuson looked me in the eyes and said, "Are you sure you can get this done?" when we needed to get it done. And he stared at me pretty hard that day. And I said, yes, we can get it done. And we couldn't do that without all those partners. The last thing, and then I'll wrap it up, is a story. Last time we were out, it was a couple years ago when Andrew Murray invited us to a press conference up on Bowden Road for this project. We didn't know what it was. Andrew said, "I can't tell you what it is. Just show up." We showed up on a Monday. Didn't know what we were walking into. Saw the Pacers people there. And it was a press release to announce this project up on Bowden Road. And we said, okay, great, congratulations, turned around and left. That night we thought about it and said, hey, you know what? This would be a great catalyst for Innovation Mile. And Innovation Mile was trying to get going. And when we proposed this with Ratio's help, we did a RFQ and a proposal to Matt Light, John Hughes, and the mayor. And as we were going through our proposal, why this facility should be here in Innovation Mile, not up on Bowden Road, Mayor Jensen got real quiet, and he kind of turned white a little bit too. And if you know Mayor Jensen, he talks a lot, and maybe he had bad lunch, I don't know, but he got real quiet and went white. And I think the hamster was running like, you know what, that is right. We need to have this as a catalyst for Innovation Mile. And that's part of why we're here. You're going to see in the next couple of months a lot more announcements of projects coming to Innovation Mile. And we sure are proud of being a partner of the city and having this be a catalyst of Innovation Mile. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. I'll invite Aaron Head up at this point in time, who we're going to cut a ribbon shortly, and then we're going to welcome you inside where there is food, there is drinks, there's wonderful furniture provided today by our good friends at Kittle's Home Furnishing, and then I have a little bit of a speech to talk to you about a little bit later this afternoon, and looking forward to it. So thanks, everybody, and let's get this party started today.
All right, Lexi's going to grab the ribbon, and for the first shot, I need Mayor Jensen, Sarah Reed, Matt Light, John Hughes, Jamie Thompson, Andrew Murray, Lexi Rock, Pacer Sports and Entertainment, including Rick Fuson and Chad Buchanan, and City Council. Mayor Jensen, Sarah Reed, Matt Light, John Hughes, Jamie Thompson, Andrew Murray, Lexi Rock, Pacer Sports and Entertainment, City Council. All right, everybody look forward. Okay, on the count of three, we're going to cut the ribbon. 1, 2, 3. All right, next photo, Pacer Sports and Entertainment. Rick and Chad, stay up here. Mayor Jensen, Rev, Levy, F.A. Wilhelm, Patch Development, Populous, Ratio, Denison, CHA, and Gaylor. If you're a representative from any of those entities, please come up for photo 2. Pacers, Mayor Jensen, Rev, Levy, F.A. Wilhelm, Patch, Populous, Ratio, Dennison, CHA, and Gaylor. Okay, everybody looking forward? All right, let's get some crowd participation on this one. Everybody count down from 3. You ready? 3, 2, 1.